Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another positive spin. Now, today we're going to be talking about I, Frankenstein. Now, when I, Frankenstein came out, I know it got a lot of hate, and I didn't go see it in the theaters. I actually waited until um, it came out for rent. I rented it, I really enjoyed it, and so I bought it. The first thing I liked about this was the font. I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but I like the font of I Frankenstein when they show it in the beginning and actually at the end as well. I think it's really cool. It has a great cast. You have Aaron Eckhart and Bill Nighy. Now, Aaron Eckhart plays Adam, which is Frankenstein's monster. They actually give him a name in this. And not to get into the synopsis or anything, but he's basically stuck in the middle of demons and angels, or the angels kind of represent gargoyles. And he's fighting a battle between the two. Now, I do believe this was originally a graphic novel. It's an adaptation. The story in the beginning, I think, is really cool, much like Dracula Untold. The set pieces are very gothic and very cool. I like the big churches and the castles and all that kind of stuff, and the kind of really dark, dingy cities. There is a an homage to the original Frankenstein when the one of the gargoyles that's a woman says it's alive, it's alive. So I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. I like the whole story of the angels and the gargoyles and the demons fighting each other. It's interesting, and one of the things I found out from Joe as we were watching this was apparently Celine was supposed to be in this from the Underworld films. Now, apparently, this is supposed to take place in the same universe as Underworld, which I thought was kind of cool. And if you really watch the film, it's like an Underworld movie. It's that basic sci fi horror fantasy action movie. That's pretty much what this is. I like the look of the city. It's very like Italian looking and dingy. I think it's really cool. Um, the fight choreography is pretty awesome, especially with Aaron Eckhart with the two sticks that he uses to beat the devils down, the demons rather. The angels' weapons are cool. I like how they put together that axe. I think that's really neat. And I mean, the CGI is a little bit wonky. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit wonky, but it's also a product of its time. So you kind of have to make allowance for that in a way. It fits great in the underworld sort of universe, in my opinion. And you even have some of the people that from the underworld franchise. The guy with the real low voice, one of the werewolves, and Bill Nighy. So, um, the scheme of the demons, actually, what they're trying to achieve. Now, I have a feeling a lot of people probably haven't seen this movie. This is one that kind of got past people because it did really poorly in the theaters. There, of course, was supposed to be a direct connection between this and Underworld. Like I said, they were supposed to film some scenes with Selena at the end, and to kind of connect the two worlds together, and they were going to go with the whole Underworld I Frankenstein sort of way of making films. So I think they kind of had to redirect what they were doing. And I thought the Demons scheme was pretty cool. I mean, it's not like I haven't seen it before, but, they were, well, I don't want to spoil it. So just check it out. And I think the villain was really cool in this. Bill Nighy, he's a really cool villain. All in all, not really much to say about this one. This is one of those movies that you kind of turn your brain off, pop some popcorn, drink some beers, and have fun with your friends. It's not anything that really you really have to think about or anything that you really have to engage a lot of brain power. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that kind of stuff. Now, in talking with Joe, we got to talking about the whole underworld um, franchise of films. And I kind of asked him what he thought of them, if he really liked them, because we've talked about so many things over the years. That was one thing we never really discussed at length. And I was just kind of curious as to how he felt about them. And, he said, they're all right. It's, it's not something that we revisit very often because it is kind of like it's kind of something that I have to be in the mood for, and I think it's something that Joe has to be in the mood for as well. It's like I said, just to turn your brain off, have fun with it kind of film. So, kind of take it for what it is. It's not a terrible movie. I know it's gotten a lot of hate from people, and there's a ton of CGI in it, but it also plays out like not like a superhero movie, but kind of on the same level as a superhero movie. So, I cut it a little bit of slack for that as well. Check it out if you've never seen it, if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, or don't. This has been my positive spin on I, Frankenstein. Don't forget to check out Joe's positive spin, and if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.